Pakistan's estimated population in 2014 is over 186 million, making it the world's sixth most populous country, behind Brazil and ahead of Nigeria. During 1950–2011, Pakistan's urban population expanded over sevenfold, while the total population increased by over fourfold. In the past, the country's population had a relatively high growth rate that has been changed by moderate birth rates. In 2014, the population growth rate stands at 1.49%. Dramatic social changes have led to rapid urbanization and the emergence of megacities. During 1990–2003, Pakistan sustained its historical lead as the second most urbanized nation in South Asia, with city dwellers making up 36% of its population. Furthermore, 50% of Pakistanis now reside in towns of 5,000 people or more. Pakistan has a multicultural and multi-ethnic society and hosts one of the largest refugee populations in the world, as well as a young population. The demographic history of Pakistan from the ancient Indus Valley civilization to modern era includes the arrival and settlement of many cultures and ethnic groups in modern region of Pakistan from Central Asia, Middle East and Europe. Population. Geographic distribution. The majority of southern Pakistan's population lives along the Indus River. Karachi is the most populous city in Pakistan. In the northern half, most of the population lives about an arc formed by the cities of Faisalabad, Lahore, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Multan, Gujranwala, Silkat, Nowshera, Swabi, Mardan, and Peshawar. Population size and growth. Population 186,703,573, growth rate 1.49%. According to OECD World Bank, the population in Pakistan increased by 23 million from 1990 to 2008, with a 54% growth in population compared to 34% growth in India and 38% growth in Bangladesh. Yearly population increase. Pakistan's yearly population from 1950 to 2014. UN estimates, gender ratios, sex ratio at birth, 1.05 male, s/female, under 15 years, 1.06 male, s/female, 15–64 years, 1.09 male, s/female, 65 years and over, 0.92 male, s/female, total population, 1.07 male, s/female, vital statistics, fertility by region 2010 to 2012, contraceptives usage 2010–2012, mortality and life expectancy, maternal mortality ratio, 320, life expectancy at birth, total population, 65.5 years, male, 66.5 years, female, 67.2 years. As adultery is a crime punishable by death in Pakistan, just in the main cities 1,210 infants were killed or abandoned to die, 90% of them girls and most less than a week old, according to conservative estimates by the D Foundation, a charity working to reverse this increasing trend. Human Development Index. According to the 2009 Human Development Report of the United Nations Development Programme, 60.3% of Pakistanis live on less than $2 a day. Sources: information on Pakistani regions, information on other countries, all estimated at 3 decimal places. Note: regarding the above two tables, information on Pakistan has been taken from the Pakistan National Human Development Report 2003, and for the countries of the world, information has been taken from the Human Development Report 2006 as it best reflects the time when data was taken for Pakistan. Pakistan National Human Development Report gave Pakistan an HDI score of 0.541, whereas the Human Development Report 2006 gave it a score of 0.539. Sources: literacy, definition, aged 10 and over and can read and write as of 2008-09, total population, 57%, male, 69%, female, 45%, educational institutions by kind, primary schools, 156,592, middle schools, 320,611, high schools, 23,964, College of Arts and Sciences, 3,213 degree colleges, 1,202, technical and vocational institutions, 3,125, universities, 153, nationality, ethnicity, and language, ethnic groups. Pakistan's diversity is more visible along cultural differences and less along linguistic, religious or genetic lines. Almost all Pakistanis belong to the Indo-Iranian linguistic group of the Indo-European branch. Pakistan's rough estimates vary, but the consensus is that the Punjabis are the largest ethnic group. Pashtuns make up the second largest group and Sindhi are the third largest ethnic group. Saraikis make up 10.53% of the total population. The remaining large groups include the Muhajrs and the Baloch people, which make up 7.57% and 3.57% of the total population, respectively. Hindkowans and the Brahui, and the various peoples of the Gilgit-Baltistan, constitute roughly 4.66% of the total population. The Pakhtun and Baloch represent two of the major populations that are linguistically Iranian, while the majority Punjabis, Hindkowans, Sindhis and Saraikis are the major linguistically Indo-Aryan groups. Descendants of black Africans that were brought as slaves in the 15th to the 19th century are known as Shiadis. The Shiadis are Muslims and speak Balochi, Sindhi and Urdu. In 1850, the British started developing Karachi as a major port for trade and commerce, resulting in the arrival of a large number of immigrants from Rajasthan, Gujarat and Goa. The Goan Catholics constitute the majority of the Christians in the city. After the Pakistani-Euro-India War in 1971, thousands of Biharis and Bengalis from Bangladesh arrived in the Karachi, followed by Muslim Rohingya refugees from Burma, and Asians from Uganda. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, approximately 1.7 million Afghan refugees remain in Pakistan as of 2009. Many of them were born and raised in Pakistan in the last 30 years but are still counted as citizens of Afghanistan. The majority of Afghans in Pakistan are ethnic Pakhtuns from southeastern Afghanistan, who have settled in Pakistan due to civil strife in their home country. All major ethnic groups in Pakistan, while categorized as separate entities, have thousands of years of shared history and intermingling. In addition, intermarriages between ethnic groups within the country are not uncommon. Foreign-born population in Pakistan. After the independence of Pakistan in 1947, many Muslims from India migrated to Pakistan and they are the largest group of foreign-born residents. This group is dwindling because of its age. The second largest group of foreign-born residents consists of Muslim refugees from Afghanistan, who have settled in Pakistan due to civil war in their home country. There are also smaller groups of Muslim immigrants from Burma, Bangladesh, Iraq, Somalia, Iran, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, among others. Source: Languages. Saraiki was included with Punjabi in the 1951 and 1961 censuses. Following are the major languages spoken in Pakistan. The percentage of Pakistanis who are native speakers of that language is also given. There are around 75 to 80 known Pakistani languages although, in practice, there are primarily 6 major languages in Pakistan spoken by 95% of the population: Punjabi, Pashto, Sindhi, Saraiki, Urdu, and Balochi. The official language is English and the national language is Urdu. The census indicates that around 8% of the population speak Urdu as their first language. However, due to rapid urbanization and modernization, the use of Urdu as a primary language is increasing, especially amongst the growing urbanized middle class of Pakistan. Around 44% speak Punjabi, 37.2% speak Pashto, 15.5% speak Sindhi, 10.5% Saraiki, 7.5% Urdu, 3.5% Balochi, and 3.5% other languages as their first language. Most Pakistanis, however, speak or understand at least 2 to 3 languages and almost all Pakistanis speak or understand the national language, Urdu. The most prevalent native languages appear in bold below. with the percentage of the population speaking them as their first language rounded to the nearest percentage point. English. English is the official language, being widely used within the government, by the civil service and the officer ranks of the military. Pakistan's constitution and laws are written in English. Nearly all schools, colleges and universities use English as the medium of instruction. Amongst the more educated social circles of Pakistan, English is seen as the language of upward mobility, and its use is becoming more prevalent in upper social circles, often spoken alongside native Pakistani languages. Among countries that use English as an official language, Pakistan is the third most populous in the world. Urdu. Urdu is the national language of Pakistan, the lingua franca chosen to facilitate interprovincial communication between the country's diverse linguistic populations. Although only about 7.5% of Pakistanis speak it as their first language, it is spoken as a second and often third language by nearly all Pakistanis. Its introduction as a lingua franca was encouraged by the British Raj upon the capitulation and annexation of Sindh and Punjab, with a subsequent ban on the use of Persian, the lingua franca of the region for many centuries, due to admiration of local rulers for the foreign language. The decision to make the language change was to institute a universal language throughout the then British Raj in South Asia, as well as minimize the influence of Persia, the Ottoman Empire, and Afghanistan had on this transitional region. Urdu is a relatively new language in the contemporary sense, but has undergone considerable modifications and development, borrowing heavily on the traditions of older languages such as Persian, Arabic, Turkish and local South Asian languages, all of which can be found in its vocabulary. It began as a standardized register of Hindi and in its spoken form. It is widely used, both formally and informally, for personal letters as well as public literature, in the literary sphere and in the popular media. It is a required subject of study in all primary and secondary schools. It is the first language of most Muhajrs, and the first Urdu book Wameli was written in 1728, and the first time the word Urdu was used by Sirajuddin Ali Khan Arzu in 1741. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb Alamgir spoke Urdu fluently, as did his descendants, while his ancestors mostly spoke Persian and Turkish. Punjabi. Punjabi is a provincial language spoken as a first language by more than 50% of Pakistanis, mostly in Punjab, as well as by a large number of people in Karachi. It is an important language since Punjabi dialects are spoken by more than half of Pakistanis. However, Punjabi does not have any official status in Pakistan. The exact number of Punjabi speakers in Pakistan is hard to determine, since there are many dialects such as Saraiki, which most regard as part of Punjabi and others regard as separate language. When taking into account Hindko, Patwari, Pahari, Saraiki, Punjabi dialects are thus spoken by almost 60% of the population in Pakistan. The standard Punjabi dialect is from Lahore, Silkat, Gujranwala and Sheikhupura districts of the Pakistani Punjab, which was used by Waris Shah in his book Ranjha, and is also nowadays the language of Punjabi literature, film and music, such as Lollywood. Other dialects are Multani or Saraiki in the west and south, Pathawari and Hindko in the north, Dogri in the mountain areas and Shahpuri in the Sargodha district. Punjabi is descended from Prakrit in the Vedic period, Pali, and Apabhramsha in the Ashoka period, and Hindvi, Lahori and Multani in the Muslim period. Punjabi literature was principally spiritual in nature and has had a very rich oral tradition. The great poetry written by Sufi saints has been the folklore of the Punjab and is still sung with great love in any part of the region. Sindhi. Sindhi is a provincial language spoken as a second language by 15.5% of Pakistanis, mostly in Sindh. It has a rich literature and is used in schools. It is an Indo-Aryan language, derived from Sanskrit. The Arabs ruled Sindh for more than 150 years after Muhammad bin Qasim conquered it in 712 AD, remaining there for 3 years to set up Arab rule. Consequently, the social fabric of Sindh contains elements of Arabic society. Sindhi is spoken by over 36 million people in Pakistan, and is the official language of Sindh province. It is widely spoken in the Lasbela district of Balochistan, many areas of the Nazirabad and Jafrabad districts of Balochistan, and by the Sindhi diaspora abroad. Sindhi language has 6 major dialects: Sili, Vaikali, Lari, Thari, Lassi and Kaki. It is written in the Arabic script with several additional letters to accommodate special sounds. The largest Sindhi-speaking cities are Karachi, Hyderabad, Sukkur, Shikarpur, Dad, Jacobabad, Larkana, Mirpurkhas, Thatta, Badin and Nawabshah. Sindhi literature is also spiritual in nature. Shah Abdul Latif Bhattari is one of its greatest poets, and wrote Sasipanun and Amar Mavi, folk stories, in his famous book Shah Jo Risalo. Sindhi dialects: Sindhi Saraiki, a version of Saraiki language regarded as a dialect of Sindhi. Spoken mainly in Upper Sindh. Vaikali and Vikalo, that is Central Sindh, Lari and Laru, that is Lower Sindh, Lassi and Lazibar Euro unregistered trademark Elo, a part of Kohistan in Balochistan on the western side of Sindh, Thari or Thali and Theru, the desert region in the southeast border of Sindh and a part of the Jaisalmer district in Rajasthan, Kaki in the Kutch region and in a part of Kathiawar in Gujarat. On the southern side of Sindh, Vaikali is considered as the standard dialect by all Sindhi speakers. Pashto. Pashto is a provincial language spoken as a first language by 37.2% of Pakistanis, mostly in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and in Balochistan, as well as by immigrants to the eastern provinces who were often not counted due to census irregularities. The Pashto has rich written literary traditions as well as an oral tradition. There are 2 major dialect patterns within which the various individual dialects may be classified. These are Pakto, which is the northern variety, and the softer Pashto spoken in the southern areas. Kushal Khan Khattak and Rahman Baba were the most famous poets in the Pashto language. In the last part of 20th century, Pakto or Pashto has produced some great poets like Ghani Khan, Khater Afridi and Amir Hamza Shinari. There are also many Pakistanis from the adjacent regions of Punjab, Sindh and Balochistan who are conversant in Pashto and count it as their second language. They are not included in the overall percentage. The Pashtuns, originally from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Fata and northern Balochistan, are now the city's second largest ethnic group in Karachi after Muhajirs. With as high as 7 million by some estimates, the city of Karachi in Pakistan has the largest concentration of urban Pakhtun population in the world, including 50,000 registered Afghan refugees in the city. Karachi is the biggest Pashto-speaking city in the world, although the Pashto speakers constitute only about 25% of Karachi's population. Saraiki, see also Punjabi dialects: Saraiki, transliterated as Saraikar, and sometimes spelled Saraiki, and Saraiki is a Sindhi language word meaning northern or the language of the area of Punjab adjacent to Sindh. Historically it is viewed as Multani dialect of Punjabi language. In recent decades it is being projected as a standardized written language of Pakistan. Debate of language or dialect is an ongoing phenomenon in Indo-Aryan languages. It is spoken as a first language by 40% of Pakistanis, mostly in the southern districts of Punjab. It is mostly spoken in southern districts of Punjab, which comprises Multan, Lodran, Bahawalpur, Leah, Dera Ghazi Khan, Muzaffargarh and Rahim Yar Khan. It is also spoken by majority of population of Dera Ismail Khan district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, Kachi plain of Balochistan, northern parts of Sindh, and cities of Hyderabad and Karachi. Saraiki belongs to the Indo-Aryan branch of Indo-European. Balochi. Balochi is a provincial language spoken as first language by about 3.5% of Pakistanis, mostly in Balochistan, Sindh and southern Punjab. The name Balochi or Baluchi is not found before the 10th century. It is believed that the language was brought to its present location in a series of migrations Aleppo, Syria. Rakshani is the major dialect group in terms of numbers. Zahadi is a sub-dialect of Rakshani. Other sub-Euro dialects are Kalati, Shagai Karani, and Makrani. The Eastern Hill Balochi or Northern Balochi are distinct dialects. The Kethran language in northeast Balochistan is also a variant of Balochi. It is one of the 9 distinguished languages of Pakistan. Since Balochi is a poetic and rich language and have a certain degree of affinity to Urdu, Balochi poets tend to be very good poets, and Urdu as well as Artashad, Gulkhan Nasir and Noon Meme Danish are excellent examples of this. Brahui is a regional language of uncertain origin despite the fact that the bulk of the language shares lexical similarities to Balochi as well as Sindhi. In colonial times, many British linguists tried to make the claim of a possible Dravidian language origin, but this has not been conclusively proven despite ongoing research in the language for a century now. Spoken in southern Pakistan, may have evolved from the original languages of Indus Valley civilizations at Mughal. However, it is heavily influenced by Balochi and Pashto. It is spoken in central and east-central Balochistan. The Mengals are a famous Brahui tribe. Around 1.5% of Pakistani population has Brahui as their first language. It is one of the 9 distinguished languages of Pakistan. The Brahui population of Balochistan has been taken by some as the linguistic equivalent of a relict population, perhaps indicating that Dravidian languages were formerly much more widespread and were supplanted by the incoming Indo-Aryan languages. However, it has now been demonstrated that the Brahui could only have migrated to Balochistan from central India after 1000 CE. The absence of any Avestan, an older Iranian language, loanwords in Brahui supports this hypothesis. The main Iranian contributor to Brahui vocabulary, Balochi, is a Western Iranian language like Kurdish, and moved to the area from the west only around 1000 CE. Hindko is an ancient regional Indo-Aryan language spoken by Hindkowans in Pakistan. It is very similar to northern dialects of Punjabi. The language is spoken in the areas of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, local people of Peshawar Punjab and Azad Kashmir by an estimated 2.2 to 4 million people. During the pre-Buddhist era in present-day Pakistan, the language of the masses was refined by the ancient grammarian Pawar the Firstni, who set the rules of a structurally rigorous language called Sanskrit, which was used principally for scriptures. Meanwhile, the vernacular language of the masses, Prakrit, developed into many tongues and dialects which spread over the northern parts of South Asia. Hindko is believed to be closely related to Prakrit. Due to the geographic isolation of the regions, it has undergone very little grammatical corruption, but has borrowed considerable vocabulary from its neighbors, in particular Pashto. It shows close affinity to Punjabi and the Landa subgroup of Indo-Aryan tongues and can be subdivided into a northern and southern dialects. Kashmiri is an ancient Dardic language spoken in Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and Punjab provinces of Pakistan. There are over 100,000 Kashmiri speakers in Pakistan. Dari and Tajiki, many Dari speakers and Tajiks, from Afghanistan have settled in Pakistan permanently. There are also Tajiks refugees from Tajikistan that have settled in Pakistan. Arabic is considered to be the religious language of Pakistan. The Quran, Sunnah, Hadith and Muslim theology is taught in Arabic with Urdu translation. The large numbers of Pakistanis living in the Persian Gulf region and in other Middle Eastern countries has further increased the number of people who can speak Arabic in Pakistan. Arabic is taught as a religious language in mosques, schools, colleges, universities and madrasas. Nearly all of Pakistan's Muslim population has had some form of education in the reading, writing and pronunciation of the Arabic language. Many Arabs who took part in Afghanistan war have now settled in Pakistan permanently with their families. Millions of Pakistanis that have worked in Middle East also speak Arabic as a second language. Turkic languages were used by the ruling Turco-Mongols and earlier sultans of India, many of whom have settled in Pakistan. There are pockets of Turkic speakers found throughout the country, notably in the valleys in the country's northern regions which lie adjacent to Central Asia and Afghanistan, western Pakistani region of Waziristan principally around Kanigaram where the Burki tribe dwells, and in Pakistan's urban centers of Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad. The autobiography of Mughal Emperor Babur, Tuzk Babari, was also written in Turkish. Many Turkic-speaking refugees, Uzbeks and Turkmens, from Afghanistan have settled in Pakistan permanently. There are also Uzbeks and Turkmen refugees that have moved from Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan and settled in Pakistan. Turkey also provides scholarships to large number of Pakistani students to study in Turkish universities. The word Urdu is of Turkic origin, as Urdu was originally called Zabani Urdu or language of the army. Urdu means army in many Turkic languages. Other Pakistani languages, numerous other languages are spoken by relatively small numbers of people, especially in some of the more remote and isolated places in, for example, the northern areas of Pakistan. Other Indo-European languages spoken in Pakistan include Pathari, Shina, Balti, Gujari, Kutchi, Wakhi, Kashmiri, Marwari, Memoni, Kawar, and Dari Persian. Non-Indo-European languages include Brahui and Burushaski, a language isolate. There are some languages that are spoken by less than 1,000 people, such as Ed. Classification: Indo-European. Most of Pakistan's languages are Indo-European languages and within the smaller Indo-Iranian sub-branch. Indo-Aryan languages. Around 80% of Pakistan's population speak one or more of the various Indo-Aryan languages. Usually concentrated in the heavily populated areas east of the Indus River, the Indo-Aryan languages and their cultures form the predominant cultural group in the country. They derive their roots from the Sanskrit language of Aryan invadors and are later heavily influenced by the languages of the later Muslim arrivals, and are all written in a variant of either the Arabic or Nastaliq script. Urdu, the country's national language, is an Indo-Aryan tongue. Punjabi, Hindko and Seraiki, all mutually intelligible, are classified by linguists as dialects of an Indo-Aryan speech called Landa, also spelled as Lenda. These are also, to a lesser extent, mutually intelligible with Urdu. Added together, speakers of these mutually intelligible languages make up nearly two-thirds of Pakistan's population. Sindhi is the common language of the people of Sindh in southern Pakistan and has a rich literary history of its own, traced back to the era of the early Arab arrivals. The Dardic languages of Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Kashmir and the northwestern mountains are sometimes classified by many linguists as belonging to the Indo-Aryan family. Other Indo-Aryan languages include Gujarati, Kutchi, Memoni and others. There were no Aryan invaders. The Sanskrit language was spoken by native Bharatvasis. Dardic languages. The Dardic languages are spoken in the northern Pakistan. They include Shina, Kawar, Kalash, Kohistani and Kashmiri, mostly by immigrants from Kashmir Valley and by a few in the Neelam district. Kashmiri, spoken in northeast Azad Kashmir and the adjacent Kashmir Valley, is one of the Dardic languages that has a literary tradition that goes well back into the history, whereas other Dardic languages spoken in northern Pakistan do not have written literature. It is believed to be the result of the northern areas of Pakistan having remained isolated in the mountain valleys from the others for centuries. Iranian, Pashto, Yijor and Wakhi are Eastern Iranian languages spoken in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan and the Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan. Balochi, spoken in Balochistan, is classified as a member of the northwestern Iranian languages. If combined, Iranian peoples who speak Pashto, Balochi, Yijor and Wakhi comprise about 18% of the population of Pakistan, and are concentrated in the northwest and west of Pakistan. Brahui may or may not be a language isolate, and many origins have been hypothesized for it, including Iranian and Dravidian spoken in southern Pakistan, primarily in Kalat and Balochistan. The Brahui population of Balochistan has been taken by some as the linguistic equivalent of a relict population, perhaps indicating that Dravidian languages were formerly much more widespread and were supplanted by the incoming Indo-Aryan languages. However, it has now been demonstrated that the Brahui could only have migrated to Balochistan from central India after 1000 CE. The absence of any Avestan, an older Iranian language, loanwords in Brahui supports this hypothesis. The main Iranian contributor to Brahui vocabulary, Balochi, is a Western Iranian language like Kurdish, and moved to the area from the west only around 1000 CE. Burushaski is a language isolate, spoken by Buruzho people in Hunza, Nagar, Yasin, and parts of the Gilgit valleys in the Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan. Shina, the largest language spoken in Gilgit-Baltistan and Dima, Some areas of Baltistan, District Gilgit and Nagar District. Religion. According to the CIA World Factbook, Library of Congress, Oxford University, over 97% of the population of Pakistan is Muslim and the remaining 3% is Christian, Hindu and others. Majority of the Muslims practice Sunni with a significant minority of Shias. Nearly all Pakistani Sunni Muslims belong to the Hanafi school, although there are some Hanbalis and Ahlul Hadith. The majority of Shia Muslims belong to the Ithna-Ashariya branch, while a smaller number practice Ismailism. The Ahmadi Muslims make up approximately 2.2% of the Muslim population. There are small non-Muslim religious groups, including Christians, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs, Parsis, Baha'is and Zoroastrians. The religious breakdown of the Pakistani population is as follows: Muslims 181,723,000, Christians 2,700,000, Hindus 1,800,000, Ahmadiyya in Pakistan, Buddhists 106,989, Sikhs 30,000, Zoroastrian Parsis 25,000, Jews 200, Animists, Baha'i, Atheists, Enna, Pakistanis around the world, suffix of regions and towns. Parts of region and settlement names: Abad means settlement or town. Example, Islamabad. Dera means settlement or town. Example, Dera Ghazi Khan, Garh means settlement or town. Example, Islamgarh. Goth means settlement or town. Example, Yusuf Goth, Istan means land. Example, Pakistan. Kot means settlement or town. Example, Silkat, Nagar means settlement or town. Example, Islamnagar, Pa means settlement or town. Example, Kanpur, Wall means settlement or town. Example, Kanul. Gari means settlement or town. Example, Gari Kudabaksh. Wala means settlement or town. Example, Gujranwala. See also, Pakistan, Punjab, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh, Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Kashmir, FATA, Pakistani people, Persian people, Demography of Central Asia, References, ABCIA The World Factbook, Population Growth Rate, CIA The World Factbook, Infant Mortality Rate. Archived from the original on December 18, 2012. Retrieved December 18, 2012 AB Pakistan Census, Information on Other Countries, http UNDP.org Media HD 20,072,008 EN Complete PDF, The World Factbook. CIA.gov. Retrieved July 10, 2013 Burke, Jason. Pakistan looks to life without the general. The Guardian CO2 emissions from fuel combustion population 1971 to 2008 IEA, U.S. Census, International Database, AB Population Division of the Department of Economic and Social Affairs of the United Nations Secretariat, World Population Prospects, the 2010 revision, http www.finance.gov Chapter 12/Highlights PDF, AB http Mesarid.com PDF PA 35 PDF, ABC United Nations Population Fund. UNFPA retrieved July 10, 2013 World Bank, World Development Indicators, Google Public Data Explorer. Google.com. Retrieved July 10, 2013 Hassan Mansour. Killings of newborn babies on the rise in Pakistan. AFP. Retrieved January 19, 2011 Jain, Maha. How to Warm Ties Among Indians and Pakistanis. Business Week. Retrieved July 10, 2013 Human Development Reports, NHDRs 2003. UN.org.pk. Retrieved July 10, 2013 1, entitled, 2, HEC Recognized Universities, Taus Bolstad, Stacey. Pakistan in Pictures. Visual Geography Series. Minneapolis, 21st Century Books. PA 41. ISBN A978-0. 8225-4682-5. Retrieved August 11, 2010. Joshua Project. Sindhi of Afghanistan Ethnic People Profile. joshuaproject.net. Retrieved July 10, 2013. Goans of Pakistan, From South to South, Refugees as Migrants, the Rohingya in Pakistan, UNHCR and Pakistan sign new agreement on stay of Afghan refugees. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. March 13, 2009. Retrieved January 23, 2010. Pakistan, tolerance wanes as perceptions of Afghan refugees change. IRIN February 27, 2012. Retrieved February 28, 2012. Human Rights Commission of Pakistan. Page 27, Security Concern about Home Link, 3, Urdu-Hindi, An Artificial Divide, African Heritage, Mesopotamian Roots, Bonds of Culture, Shami Obaidjanoy. Karachi's Invisible Enemy. PBS. Retrieved August 24, 2010. In a City of Ethnic Friction, Mortinda. The National. August 24, 2009. Retrieved August 24, 2010. UN Body, Police Baffled by Ministry Unregistered Trademark as Threat Against Afghan Refugees. Dawn Media Group. February 10, 2009. Retrieved January 24, 2012. 4. Thefriday Times, http, saraikiblogspot.com 12/Languages of Pakistan HTML, A.B. Vogelsang, Wilhelm the Afghans Wiley Blackwell 2002 ISBN 978-0-631-19841-3 pages 61 Euro 62, 5, A.B., A.B.J.H.L. Fenbeen, A Periplus of the Euro-Brahui Problem A Euro Unregistered Trademark, Studia Ironica Volume 16, pages 215 Euro 233. Pakistan Ethnologue, Ethnologue Report for Pakistan, Languages of Pakistan, Indo-European, Indo-Iranian, Indo-Aryan, Northwestern Zone, Landa, Language Tree, Indo-European, Indo-Iranian, Iranian, Language Tree, AB Pakistan, Islam in Oxford Centre for Islamic Studies. Oxford University Press. Retrieved August 29, 2010. Approximately 97% of Pakistanis are Muslim. The majority are Sunnis following the Hanafi school of Islamic law. Between 10 and 15% are Shias, mostly Twelvers. Religions, Muslim 95%, other 5%. Central Intelligence Agency. The World Factbook on Pakistan. 2010. Retrieved August 24, 2010. AB Country Profile, Pakistan. Library of Congress Country Studies on Pakistan. Library of Congress. February 2005. Retrieved September 1, 2010. Religion. The overwhelming majority of the population is Muslim, of whom approximately 85% are Sunni and 15% Shia. Most Buddhist nations quick lists the Association of Religion Data Archives, American Fact Finder, external links, infopac.gov.pk Euro Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Population Reference Bureau, statpark.gov.pk Euro Population by Mother Tongue, U.S. Census, International Database,